again, we're trying to see if we can recreate this sort of triangle of youth, to try and make the face look as though it's wider at the top and obviously narrow down here. And of course we do tend to lose, unfortunately, definition around our jawline, which we've discussed earlier. So the first thing I do is I put a darker bronzer around the jawline. And the one that I've been using is, actually the two I use the Saint-Tropez one, because it's got no sheen in it. That one works really well around the jawline, going under the chin as well, and in a slight sort of triangular shape. Because again, we're trying to create that more defined shape. Well, the other one I use happens to be this one again by Sheer Cover, because you can mix the colours in. So if you're quite pale, you don't want to go too dark, this might be a good option for you. So define across here, and also to create more definition around the hairline, across the temples, sort of framing our face. The mid-frame one, just underneath, in a little triangle, all back triangles, under the cheekbones, to try and create a little bit more definition. Now, when it comes to blushes, I guess a lot of people say you shouldn't use a powder blusher as you get older. Now, I guess it's true if it's got a very high talc content, but there are blushes out there which are powder blushes, which have less talc and actually have other ingredients as well, which can help nourish the skin and stop the skin from drying out. One of the ones I found which I do like is this one by Charlotte Tilbury, and I'm going to use this on one of the cheeks. One of the reasons I like this one is it comes in two shades. Because if you look at a face, it's not just uniform in colour. So this one's got quite a nice approach to it, where you can swirl it on the outside with the peachy shade, and you put a pop of colour in the middle of your cheek with a darker one. Now, where do we place the blusher? Because that's the tricky one as we get older. We want to have some colour, which is where the pop comes in, actually on the apple of our cheek, but what we don't want to do is place it so high that it draws attention to the eye and highlights our wrinkles, our dark circles, but we don't want to put it too low, because we don't want to drag the face down. So it's a question of finding that area to sweep up to the temple. And I guess what I tend to do is I look at where my corner of my mouth is, angle my brush there, then up towards the temple, in that sort of shape with a paler one, and then just put a pop of colour in the apple of the cheek. Because again, we want to draw the eye inwards. Now, in terms of creamy blushes, what I actually like is a really, really nice fluid blusher. Again, this is by Daniel Sandler, which can give a really, really nice, subtle, natural look. So I put it on the back of the hand. Now, I tend to apply mine with my fingers. I guess you can use a brush. But you see, it really does melt into the skin. Again, same principle. Going from the corner up, trying to create a bit of colour and definition here. And just to, again, same principle as we had here with a bit of darker, slightly darker shade or pinker shade on the back of the cheek. Just tap this bit along there, along the apple of the cheek, just to get a little bit more brightness and a sort of slightly more youthful look. And there you have, we have shaped around here, and we've helped to redefine that triangle, and then added some colour and some youthfulness by spreading this out and adding some colours onto the apples of our cheeks, just there. The thing I should mention, what I tend to do is to soften the blusher afterwards. I just go over with my foundation brush. It just kind of blends it in better, especially if it's got a bit of foundation left from previously, and it sort of softens the whole look. Now, if you're really not too sure what colour blusher to choose, I found this other really sort of cute one. It's by Bourjois. It's called Blush Exclusive, and it actually changes the colour. Now, it looks really bright and pink in there, but when you first buy it, it's almost white inside, and it just adapts to your own skin tone. So if you put it on, it actually seems to naturally find the right shade of pink for you. So I think that's a really nice sort of look, really. And the other thing I like to do is, because we talk about that luminosity, as we're saying, we're trying to create that triangle, get that luminosity back in our skin. I really like, this is a product by Lulu, in fact, by Time Bomb, and it's called, you can see it's very well used, it's goes in around in my handbag all the time. It's called Miracle Glow, and quite literally what you can do is just sweep it across the top of the cheekbones and even across the top of the eyes, across the temples, just to give a little bit of luminosity, and that's quite a nice thing to do.